You know what pisses me off, everyone? The Stand Your Ground law in Florida. I have recently viewed a video, and we're doing a react video to it. We're going to view this video on YouTube about something called Stand Your Ground law. Basically, it's a shooting that occurred over a parking spot. Of all the stupidest, harebrained, idiotic, retarded things to shoot somebody over is a parking lot. Now, if there was a heaping giant pile of gold there, maybe. But that's not what it's about. You see, this guy, a husband of, I think, 3 children and a wife, walked out of a store and saw an old guy, well, not an old guy, about 46 years old, so he's about middle aged. He was shouting at the dude's wife and kids because they're parked in a handicap spot. So what? You don't go and yelling at them, you just kindly ask them to move. Not pull a gun and shoot the damn husband just because he pushes you to the ground. I mean, the husband. Here, let's do this. Let's do this right here.
Over a parking space led to an argument, a fatal shooting, and now a lot more talk about stand your ground laws. Meg Oliver is in Clearwater, Florida.
We did everything together, you know.
I feel sorry for you, ma'am.
Brittany Jacobs is still hurting.
I feel sorry for this woman because her husband got murdered for almost no reason. Me, myself, I am a gun owner. You've seen my shotgun. You haven't seen my pistol yet. Luckily, last night, I managed to snake it out from under my dad without waking him up. Let me grab it here. See, right here is my revolver. This is a weapon I've been meaning to include in my survival and bug out bag. It is a good revolver. It is a 22 caliber. My grandfather gave it to me. It looks like a 6-shooter Western type revolver, I know, but it's actually pretty good. I've actually already killed 2 possums with it. Didn't want to, but one was trying to get into my house, and the other one was almost tempted to attacking my dog. The gun is empty right now, as I can show you. See, no bullets are coming out of it. And it's on safety. You've seen my shotgun in my other video. But I respect gun laws completely. But when you go to murdering someone over a parking space, that's just way overboard. Now, if the guy was attacking him with a knife or some sort of other weapon, then yeah, I would see the reason to defend yourself with a gun. But shooting him just because he pushed you to the ground, that's not self-defense. That's being a coward. Instead of fighting him with your fists like a real man, he pulls out a gun and shoots the dude in the chest. That's not self-defense. That's being a coward and a murderer. Frankly, I will be going to Florida in a couple of years. So, I'm going to think about buying myself a bulletproof vest. That way, if I come across an asshole like this guy, I'll be more prepared. Because frankly, I don't want to be freaking fueling my car up and some random dude just shoot me. Because that's just stupid. I mean, over a parking space. No, 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 no. That's just overboard. That's why I'm going to be packing my pistol when I go to Florida. I'm also going to be packing my machete and some other survival gear. Because I want to help Florida the best way I can with the alligators and the python situation. Now, I know in Florida, pythons are overpopulating the place, and frankly, I don't think anybody out there wants to open their door and see a python just staring at them, looking at them like, what's up? I wouldn't want that. That's why I'm packing the pistol. Frankly, I don't want to open my door and see a freaking alligator or a freaking python. You know how big those things are? They're humongous. And frankly, I don't want to open my door in the morning just to see one at my doorstep. Alright? No, thank you. And that's not the only thing that's in Florida. Those are not the only things in Florida that are deadly. You got bears, big ass snapping turtles, and last but not least, panthers. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking out there. There's no panthers in Florida. Bullshit. Panthers are out there. Trust me. I've had one brush up against my trailer last summer. Literally, I walked outdoors, getting ready to throw out some garbage into my garbage can, and I seen a panther paw print. And I already looked at the other paw prints online, and it was not a bear. It was not a coyote. It was definitely not a human. It was a panther paw print. And when I saw it, that's when I had my shotgun handy, because the last thing I want is a panther trying to get in my house. I don't think anyone would want a panther in their house. And it was, like, this close from my trailer. Like the paw print here, trailer right there. So the last thing I want is a panther coming in my house. And trust me, I have a skylight. So if the thing could get on my roof, it could break that skylight and be in here. So you might want to know why I keep weapons close to my bed. I keep a whole freaking arsenal right at the foot of my bed. Knives, swords, machetes, guns, whole shebang. So if something like a panther were to come through that there skylight, well, it's gonna get lit up. And I'm probably gonna get charged with poaching. Well, for one thing, if it's in my house trying to eat me, I think that would be freaking self-defense. Now, if I went out hunting without a license or any kind of permit, then I would see the reason for me being called a poacher. But I don't poach. I would hunt strictly by the law. But yeah, anyway, I'm a gun owner. Back to this. There is no reason for this guy to pull a gun on an unarmed dude just because he pushes you with his hands. His hands doesn't give you the right to just boom. It doesn't give him a right. And he avoids being arrested. Because apparently in this video, he walks away from murder. What gives? I mean, the guy shot an unarmed man in the chest. That's not self-defense, that is murder, and that is not right. So, in my book, the guy deserves to rot in jail. Frankly, if I was to get shot, which I've almost been shot at least 3 different times, once by my dad, once by a hunter, and once by a meth head. I'm not joking. And frankly, I don't want the 4th time being the charmer. My dad's pulled a shotgun on me. I mentioned that before in a family fight. A hunter almost shot me with a bow thinking I was a deer. How the hell does a hunter confuse a human for a deer? I don't know. And then a meth head pulled a sawed-off shotgun on me, but he passed out. And he didn't even, pull the trigger. Luckily, when he was passed out, I emptied the gun and made a run for it. What, you honestly think I'm gonna leave him with a loaded gun? Mm-mm. I took the shells, got rid of them, ran the fuck away. Because I could only assume those were the only shells he owned, and I wasn't about to go into his house and look for shells. God knows what could have been in the dude's house. And the reason why I almost got shot by him, I was asking for gasoline. The reason why I was asking for gasoline is because my brother's truck broke down. Meth Ed was crazy talking to himself. Bippity boppity boop pulls out a sawed-off shotgun. And as soon as he did, I ducked behind a cinder block wall, praying he doesn't shoot me. And about 20 seconds after, I just poke my head out and look around. Like, is he gone? And I look down to the ground, he's just... And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take his ammo, and I'm gonna make a run for it. Run over, empty the shotgun. I mean, it's basically like my shotgun right here. Let me show you. I got a little dust on it. I need to do some cleaning in here. It's like my shotgun right here. This is an old shotgun I acquired from a friend, or supposed to be a friend, a long time ago, but I acquired it from Billy Stratton. It is a Winchester Model 37 12-gauge shotgun with a golden trigger. But anyway, sawed off is like, got this part here missing, and about maybe that much. So overall, it's about like that. Don't worry, the gun's not loaded. I ain't stupid enough to wave a loaded gun around. But yeah, this is another weapon I'd be packing in my bug-out bag. Anyway, I might actually pack this to Florida as well, because I don't think a revolver would do much damage to a panther. I mean, a shotgun would do hell of a lot more damage. Guarantee you that. Got some dust on it. I need to do some dusting in here. Someone in the comment section down below, remind me to buy a feather duster. And yes, that is tape. The reason why is because this part right here comes off. And frankly, I don't want it coming off, so I got it taped on there. And I am a pretty good shot when it comes to guns. And the barrel's been filed down, or sawed off anyway, at the... Hold on. It's been sawed off right here, because there would be a sight right there. It ain't there. I did used to own a shotgun similar to this when I was younger. It was a 410. It was like one of the lowest caliber shotguns you could possibly get. But it looked very much like this, only a little bit smaller. And the shells were about as big as round as my pinky finger. And it wasn't that powerful, but I was a pretty good shot. In my entire life, I have fired, let's see, 410, 16 gauge, 12 gauge. Fired 5 guns in my life. 22 bolt action rifle with a switch out barrel. You could have it as a rifle or a shotgun. This puppy, my revolver, a 410 shotgun, and a 16 gauge shotgun. Thinking about taking this to Florida. If you think that I should take this and my revolver with me to Florida, comment down below. Because frankly, last thing I want to do is open up my front door and there be something willing to rip me limb from limb and me no means of defending myself. And frankly, I am about to go hand-to-hand combat with a panther or some other creature with a knife or a machete. As appealing as that sounds and as badass as it sounds and crazy, I wouldn't do it. Unless you want to see my beautiful, handsome, deviled face again. But yeah, put you back. Where? Ah, there. Just fixing something, everyone. Now, I will end up trying to buy myself a new 9mm. I did used to own one a long time ago, but I had to sell it. Didn't want to, but when you have big power bills to pay, such as electricity or water, you're gonna need money, and frankly, finding a job nowadays is hard. So I sold my 9mm for a few $100 to pay a bill. Didn't want to, but I did. But now I have my grandfather's revolver, which he gave to me as a gift, and I will probably end up taking that to Florida. And I know the gun laws in Florida are really strict. Have the gun in one end of the car, ammo in the other end. Can't have a loaded gun. If you do, you get charged with some sort of law gun charge. All I know is you can't have a loaded gun in the car with you. Almost the same rules here in West Virginia. In some places. Back to this. Why did the law let this guy get away? I mean, come on. It ain't fair. This guy just shoves this dude to the ground, and then he just pulls out a pistol and shoots him. If the dude was attacking him with a knife or some sort of bludgeon or something, then yeah, I see the appeal to shoot him. But if he just shoves you, get up off your ass like a man and fight with your fists. Not just shoot him and say it's self-defense. It ain't self-defense, jackass. It is fucking murder and cowardism. Frankly, if someone pushed me to the ground, I'd try getting up and punching the shit out of them. Now, if they were attacking me with a knife or some sort of other weapon, then yeah, I would see the reason to shoot them. But I wouldn't shoot to kill. I'd probably shoot them in the foot or in the arm. Not enough to kill them, but to let them know that I'm packing. Now, if they kept trying to attack me after I shot them in the foot or the arm, then go for the headshot. Or chest shot. Then if they're wearing a bulletproof vest, which I'm planning on getting if possible, then I would see the appeal to shoot him in the head. But this guy, he was just a law-abiding citizen defending his wife and children. And yet this guy just plains out just shoots him just because he pushed him to the ground. That's not any kind of self-defense. That is being a coward, and that is also murder. In my book, guy deserves to go to jail and rot. When I go to Florida, I'm going to make sure that my weapons are separate and the ammo is separate. I'm going to be packing my machete, stuff in my bug out bag, because frankly, finding a good place to do some steady work is going to be hard. And there's one guy in Louisiana or Florida that is kind of an expert at dealing with pythons and alligators. If you haven't watched Swamp People, I recommend you do. It's about these hunters that go out and they sometimes catch pythons and a hell of a lot of alligators. So there's one guy in there that I might talk to, or if I could possibly find him. His name is Troy Landry. Don't know who that is, then you need to watch Swamp People. They call him the King of the Swamp. So, if I end up in Florida, which I'm definitely going there for the Full Sail University, but I have to be a 2-year citizen there. So I figured I might make a small living help catching pythons. Win-win. I make a little money, and I help the community. As long as I don't get eaten, then I'm no use to anybody. But I have a little strategy that could help me capture pythons alive. And yes, I want them alive. $400 for one. And that's an 11-foot python. So you imagine catching a 20-foot python. You gotta admit, that'd be some serious pocket change. But yeah, I'd be stocking up on money. I'd probably be living in a camper. As sad as it sounds. But hey, not all living style is perfect. Some people out there live in campers. Some people live under bridges. And frankly, I ain't living under any bridge. You know what's under those bridges? Drug needles, snapping turtles, alligators, pythons. Maybe a panther's nest. So frankly, I ain't sleeping on under any bridge. I would prefer the safety of my said camper. If I had one. Which I will probably buy a small one. Small ones is like 2,000-3,000, ain't it? I don't know. I ain't paid attention to the prices of campers, but I should. I already have me a life vest here. I will buy myself a canoe. I know at Walmart I could buy a one-man canoe for about 200 something. If close to that anyway. And the reason why I'm buying a canoe, well, frankly, in Florida, there's sometimes hurricanes and flash floods. And frankly, if there's hurricanes and flash floods, I know they're not all the time, but when they do, I would want to be a little prepared for that. Hence the flare gun, life vest. All I need now is a canoe and a paddle. And then all that will be settled, and I'll, I guess, be catching pythons. But you know those special log grabber tools that you use to grab logs if you want to put them in a fireplace? Well, I was thinking maybe I could take a pair of those, and I could, like, grab the pythons like that without having to hold them with my hands, because frankly, I don't want a python wrapping around my arm or neck. So I was thinking maybe I could grab hold of the pythons like that and put them in a giant Tupperware container. Because I know if you capture like 21 of them suckers in one day, you can get up to at least 6 grand, or close to it. And those aren't really my intentions. I intend to grab, I don't know, 12, 15 of them every week. Because, well, they do pay good money. And that'd be like 2-3 grand easy. So I'll be going to Florida to help catch pythons. And probably alligators. Of course, I'd need some experience. That's why I would talk to Troy Landry, because he's the king of the swamp. And then there's Bruce and Tyler. Bruce is kind of on the heavy set. I don't mean to sound rude, but he's on the heavy set. He had a dog named Tyler, which passed away, sadly. Don't worry, Bruce, if you're out there watching this, buddy, I feel for you. Because I've lost pets too. I lost my pet Chihuahua. Her name was Cha-Cha. And let me tell you something. That little dog was smart. And people mocked me for saying this. She could almost speak. Don't believe me? Check out some of these videos. Paco the talking Chihuahua. She could say I love you. She could. My Chihuahua, Cha-Cha, she loved to smoke pot with my dad. She somehow managed to drink a shot of tequila. I'm not lying, you may mock me for this if you want. But she managed to grab a shot of tequila, tilt it back, and make off with a glass. If I had my camera then, which I was about 5 when it happened anyway, but if I had my camera then and she done that, I guarantee you that video would have quite a few hits. And then there was my pet Yorkie. He passed away due to sickness. And then there's, well, there's no other dogs, really. I did lose my pet turtles, Shelly and Pokey. Shelly got killed. Someone killed her with a weed whacker. Pokey, I haven't seen him in a long time, so I don't know where he went. They weren't snapping turtles, they were average little box turtles. And then there's my little orange salamander lizard type thing. I called him Gecko. You heard me, Gecko. Now him, I don't remember what happened to him. I was like 10. And then there was, well, there is my two other dogs that are still left alive. There's Misty. She's a Yorkie Poodle Maltese mix. We're looking to breed her So if there's anyone out there in West Virginia that owns a male blonde Yorkie and you're willing to breed them, let us know. Because Misty, she's a female, and we're looking to breed her with a Yorkie. And then there's Scrappy. He is 26. Not gonna lie, he's like one of the world's A-list living dogs. Dogs like him are supposed to have a lifespan up to 15 years, and he's nearly outlived his lifespan by 15 years. So 4 more years and he'll be 30. Assuming he lives that long. Now, back to this. The stand your ground law. So, basically, if I were to push someone or punch someone in the forehead, that gives that person the right to just shoot me in the head? Really? That's not self-defense, that's murder. If someone was yelling at me or yelling at one of my family members in Florida and I just walked up to him and punched him, that doesn't give him the right to draw a gun and shoot me. That's just murder and being a coward. That would just prove that you're a coward, not willing to fight with your fists like a man. So when I go to Florida, I will try and get myself a bulletproof vest. Trust me, it would come in handy in case I came across a lunatic like that guy. That way if I were to punch someone and they draw a gun and shoot me, protected. Of course, it wouldn't stop them from shooting me in the head. If there's any protective headgear, I'll look that up later. But yeah. This guy shouldn't have just shot this dude. He should have just got up and just punched him. Instead, gets up, bang. I mean, sure, if the dude had a knife or some sort of weapon. Example, machete. If he was coming at the dude with a machete, then I would see the reason for him to pull out a gun and shoot him. But he wasn't. He just walks up to him and pushes him. So, for the woman that lost her husband due to this asshole, I feel sorry for her and her kids, and I really do wish justice would be brought to this guy. I wish this guy is going to jail. Not the husband, the guy that shot him. Now, I hope that guy gets brought to justice and arrested and imprisoned. Because it was not fair at all. The dude had a weapon, and the guy that pushed him didn't. If he was coming at him with a machete, example, or was shooting at him already, then I would see the appeal for the guy to pull out a gun and shoot back. But he didn't. So, I hope this guy goes to jail. I do. Anyway, I'm Dallas May, and this is my reaction to Florida Stand Your Ground law question after parking lot shooting. If you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button below, hit a like, add a like if you want. Let me know what you think of my reaction. Should this guy that shot an unarmed man just because he was defending his wife, should he go to jail or should he be let free? Me, personally, I think the dude should be rotting in a cell right now. And comment what you think of my plans when I go to Florida. I will see you all in the next video.